Welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 27th of July for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, please check out beneath this video where you can tune in to the daily astrology and tarot video show, which is proving great fun, and you can grab your free daily written horoscope every single day. Or you can chat with me direct on Twitter at Horoscope Ace. This week begins with a passionate quarter moon in the sign of Scorpio, which is about desire. The sun is in the very warm-hearted and loving sign of Leo. So if there is any politics around a relationship, and it doesn't have to be purely a romantic tie, but if there's any possessiveness, control, jealousy, trust issues, maybe they do need to be looked at this week. Now also this week, Mars is in a square with Jupiter from Wednesday through to the end of the week. Now this is one of those influences which kind of makes it a little bit difficult for us to know our boundaries, because Mars is in its own sign of Aries, which is about initiating things, and Jupiter's in the part of the zodiac which is very much to do with responsibilities and obligations. So if we do decide to do something in a bit more of a dash and try to inject extra energy and verve, we just need to be aware if it's appropriate for that particular situation. Also, towards the end of this week, the Sun is clashing with Uranus. This can make us impulsive, restless, particularly with our resources. Perhaps this could see us spend some money on something that suddenly we get the desire for. But equally, we may ask ourselves the question, should we splash out unless it's something that we absolutely essentially need in a more practical context? Also, this can be a time not to be too generous to someone we love just because we want to spoil them. Sometimes we have to remind people to take responsibility for their own affairs. Now, as this week draws to a close, a full moon in the sign of Aquarius is going to open up the next 7-day period. So it is important to be mindful of that square between Uranus and the Sun, because it is going to feature in next week's full moon. But it's the opposition between Mercury and Saturn which really catches my eye as the week draws to a close. And that could be a sort of sense of limitation. Maybe we're going to encounter someone who's not as sensitive to our situation, especially if we try to open up as we might like. So just watch out for someone who could be a bit cool, a bit snappy, or if we feel a bit more tense in ourselves. Your specific forecast, Libra, suggests that with the quarter moon in your sector of resources clashing with the Sun in your sector of idealism, that maybe you'll have to toggle on a decision between doing what you need to do practically or what you really want to do in a more kind of spiritual way. Maybe a job's going to be offered to you that's not really your cup of tea, but actually is paid better, or there may be another job that is your cup of tea that really isn't going to pay enough. Some kind of decision may be needed around that type of thing. Now, this is also a week, of course, when the Sun is going to be clashing with Uranus. Now, Uranus continues in a part of your horoscope to do with deep change, and if there is a business situation that you're contemplating, you get the kind of opposite of the quarter moon. You're thinking more about longer term resources, but you may be pushed in some way to do something more experimental, or is there a situation which requires you to be more experimental and you're not quite sure of which way to go just now? Of course, Mercury, the planet of communication, has been in a very visible part of your situation for nearly 9 weeks. So work generally, or your role in life, has been very much under the spotlight. But Mercury isn't at its best in that part of your situation, not in the sign of Cancer. And of course, it's gone through that retrograde and it's not coming out of shadow until this week draws to a close. It's also going to go into a clash with Saturn as the week draws to a close. So whatever it is you are thinking about in terms of worldly interactions, there's going to be a component around your home or family life which needs to be factored into your thinking. Yet with Mars in your opposite sign, there's another part of you that might just think, what the heck? You know, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, so I may as well do what's right for me. But that maybe points towards the whole issue of us, in my case, Libra and Ascendant people, about we can't please all of the people all of the time. And sometimes, therefore, we have to take it back to the self. It's not about being selfish. It's about functioning in a way which means that there is a sense of fulfillment about what we do. And then if around that we're supportive of others, that's a much better balance to achieve. So I think that should really be your mission for this week, to follow what's good for you, but stay sensitive, but don't be dominated by other people's needs or opinions. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for having joined me. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace serious astrology, please check out my affordable range of astrology reports beneath this video. You can get 30% off on a 12-month forecast and a character analysis, or check out the testimonials for myself if you would like to have a one-to-one personal consultation. Thank you.